The shout cut through the quiet morning lobby like a sudden storm. Heads turned. The CEO froze with the cup inches from his lips, and the man who had shouted, the building's quiet janitor, stood trembling near the marble floor he had been cleaning just seconds earlier. No one in the towering glass headquarters had ever seen him raise his voice before. In that single moment, the entire room felt the weight of something far bigger than a spilled drink, something hidden in plain sight. Before we continue, if you believe that kindness and second chances can change lives, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel Life Spark Stories for more emotional stories like this. It was a bright Tuesday morning, sunlight pouring through the massive windows of Halbrook Industries, lighting up the polished floors that 36-year-old janitor Marcus Hale had been quietly cleaning since dawn. Marcus lived a simple life in a small rented apartment with his 7-year-old son, Theo. Since losing his wife years earlier, every day had been a battle between exhaustion and determination. Marcus worked 2 jobs, slept very little, and carried the quiet responsibility of being both father and mother to a boy who still asked questions about why life felt so hard sometimes. Despite everything, Marcus had one rule for himself: always stay invisible, work hard, and keep his head down. But that morning changed everything. The CEO of the company, Adrian Voss, had just arrived at the office. Tall, confident, and always surrounded by assistants, Adrian was known as a brilliant but intimidating leader. Employees straightened their posture whenever he walked past. That morning, an assistant had placed a fresh cup of coffee on the CEO's desk in the open executive lounge near the lobby. Marcus had been mopping nearby when something strange caught his eye. He noticed a man in an expensive suit standing near the coffee station moments earlier. The man wasn't part of the regular staff. Marcus remembered the nervous way the stranger looked around before dropping something small into the CEO's cup. At first, Marcus thought it might be sugar or medicine, but the man had quickly walked away, avoiding eye contact, disappearing down the corridor. Marcus felt a chill crawl up his spine. Now, seconds later, the CEO had picked up that exact cup. Marcus's heart began pounding. His mind raced with fear. If he was wrong, he could lose the only job keeping his son fed and clothed. But if he stayed silent, something terrible could happen. That was when he shouted. The room froze. Adrian Voss slowly lowered the cup, staring at Marcus with sharp curiosity. Security guards stepped closer, confused. For a moment, no one spoke. Marcus's hands shook as he explained what he had seen, every word stumbling over fear and embarrassment. Some employees whispered that the janitor must be mistaken. Others rolled their eyes. But Adrian Voss didn't laugh. Instead, the CEO quietly ordered security to check the coffee. Minutes later, the entire building was thrown into shock. The drink was contaminated. What the lab discovered wasn't sugar or medicine. It was a dangerous chemical that could have caused severe harm if consumed. The lobby fell into stunned silence. Marcus stood there, pale and overwhelmed, unsure if he had just saved a life or accidentally created chaos. But the real surprise came next. Adrian Voss didn't thank Marcus immediately. Instead, his expression turned dark, thoughtful, almost troubled. He quietly asked security to bring him the surveillance footage from the lobby. When the footage played back, the mysterious man in the suit appeared clearly on the screen. And that's when Adrian's face changed. Because he recognized the man. It wasn't a stranger. It was someone from inside the company. A senior executive. A man who had been secretly manipulating company finances for months. The investigation that followed uncovered a deep web of corruption inside Halbrook Industries. The poisoned coffee had been a desperate attempt to silence the CEO before the truth came out. And none of it would have been discovered without Marcus. For the first time in years, the quiet janitor who everyone ignored became the most important person in the building. A week later, under the same bright daylight pouring through the lobby windows, Adrian Voss called Marcus into his office. Instead of punishment or suspicion, the CEO offered him something Marcus never expected: a full-time position in the company's operations department, along with training and education support. Adrian had seen something rare that morning, not just courage but honesty. Marcus walked out of the office that day with tears in his eyes, thinking about Theo and the future he might finally be able to give his son. Sometimes the people the world overlooks are the ones who save it. Before we end, if this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like the video, comment where you're watching from, share it with someone who believes in doing the right thing, and subscribe to Life Spark Stories.